This video is going to be different from anything else that I've ever made before. It's about a research project that I worked on over the summer of 2021 at my university. And it's a research project that I really wanted to share. The research itself is ongoing. It's happening in a span of many months. In fact, it's taken me many months to even finish this video. I just really want to share at least the first portion of what I've been doing and just put it out there. In short, the research is based around plant music, and it's a concept that it has grown in popularity recently. There are so many TikTok accounts and YouTube channels that are just based around making music with plants. Basically, this is just my take on it. I'll show you what I've been working with, as well as what options you have if you want to take a shot at it. The possibilities and the creative outcomes are endless. It's all just really, really exciting. My main interest behind plant music essentially is just trying to see the connection between humanity and the natural world and plant life. Throughout the projects, not only the ones that are going to be shared in this video, but also what my future content will probably be based around, is about exploring that connection between a human and a plant. This video is basically documentation on the process of how I created the first episode for a podcast called Gardenscapes. At the end of the video, you'll be able to see how you can listen to that first episode and what it's even going to be based on. But of course, we have to step back for a moment and just focus on the basics. I have to get my hands on some plants first. I got these two dudes right here. I was told that they're easy to take care of in an indoor lab. This is a snake plant. This, very nice, gorgeous leaves, right? Philodendron. But let's get started with the snake plant. We got the organic potting mix. Yeah. Let's proceed by doing what we did over there. We're gonna do a nice little layer of this. So the idea of working with plant music actually came together in a class with Professor Dickie Cox, who ended up being my mentor throughout the summer for this project. Honestly, none of this would have been possible without him. So the initial idea was actually to create and design an instrument that you can connect to a plant and then make music with it. But after some research, we realized there are already devices out there that do that for us. So we might as well just work with one of them. Plus, we were more interested in what we could create with the device rather than creating the device ourselves. So in the next few clips, I'll introduce you to some of the things that we ended up working with. We started off with the Bamboo M by Music of the Plants. It's a beautiful device and it's great to use when you're out in the field. And we walked around campus and the rest of the city just testing out this device and learned that it's fairly easy to use. You connect the probes to the plant and you get instant sonification. The Zen music that's provided by the plants is relaxing and meditative, and you're even able to record these sounds onto the device. However, it was the BioData Sonification board that provided us with exactly what we were looking for. This kit, developed by Sam Cusimano, measures changes in conductivity between electrodes. Those changes in conductivity are then mapped onto MIDI signals, and you can record those MIDI signals onto a digital workstation. In my case, I used Logic. This allows us to arrange and edit the music we record if we wanted to. However, we prefer to just use the raw data and not change any of the notes. If you would like to learn more about this device, I've placed all the informational links down below. So I had my plants and I had my devices, and honestly the first month I just experimented with it. But once I did get comfortable, it was time to come up with a project idea. So there was a huge brainstorm process between myself and my mentor. We figured we just had to start somewhere. We knew that we wanted to tell stories. I thought about the people in my life and the connections that they have with plants and the natural world around them. And I thought about a man that I met who works at a restaurant, but his passion is planting vegetables. So he always found a way of planting vegetables around the restaurant that he works in. So I reached out to him. This ends up being my first episode to the podcast that I created. I recorded him, I recorded his plants, and I recorded the ambient sounds of the cars passing, because this restaurant is on a busy highway. The vegetables are growing right there. So I got all of the sounds, and I just wanted to create this ambient soundscape of quite possibly what these plants hear in their everyday life. So he showed me around, and he planted beans and a potato plant, and he shared his story. And I just felt honored and privileged that I was even able to do all of this, and I was able to create this sound collage, essentially, of all the sounds that were just taking place in this one piece of land. Well, the design process for this took a while. I played with so many different styles. I drew some stuff, I used Photoshop, and in the end, this is the cover art that I came up with. In terms of the music, all I did in regards to the editing was arrange the MIDI files so that there is some form of musical structure for the composition. I chose samples for the MIDI files that are relevant to the story being told. So for example, a lot of the instruments that you hear are instruments that are relevant to Dominican culture. And honestly, the best way to approach plant music is just to keep in mind that what you're going to hear is never what you expect. So it's always good to go in with an open mind. And with open ears and with no expectations at all. That being said, you can find the first episode for Gardenscapes on Spotify and Stitcher. I've put all the information down below, so please let me know what you think about the piece. I do plan to do more stuff with plant music, and I would love for you to join me on the ride. And although I don't say this often, if you do like what you see, consider subscribing and consider leaving a like. And again, I would just love to hear your thoughts as well. So go check out the first episode and let me know what you think. So that's pretty much all for now, but thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you soon.
Yo vengo del campo de Santo Domingo y mi papá me enseñó a sembrar todo lo de los granos, lo que es habichuela, maíz, y así yo sé cómo se reproduce. 4 meses ya tú tienes habichuela.
He grew up in Santo Domingo, the capital of Dominican Republic. His father taught him how to sow seeds.
Esta habichuela la cogí del chef. Un ejemplo, nosotros sembramos 3 matitas para que no se dé tan amontonado. Después que usted se le caiga, la echa ahí, ya a los 8 días viene saliendo.
He got the beans from the chef in the kitchen, white kidney beans that are popular in central and southern Italian dishes.
Quiere mojarlo más rápido. Usted lo deja en sal y agua esta noche para que los insectos no lo pique cuando nace.
We are now listening to the music created by this bean plant.